Okay, impromptu video while I'm driving. If you all don't know, I'm a nurse, y'all. But anyhow, I am out here in these streets. So I wanted to talk about spirituality and whether or not spirituality, like you should charge people for spiritual services, spiritual products, and things like that. So I kind of sort of had a discussion with somebody about this. And in my opinion, you should definitely charge people for spiritual services and spiritual products. I don't feel like there's any problem in doing that, because although spirituality is something that is open to everyone, there are some people who are tapped into it more, who have more time and energy within that realm, and who know more, and who can see things from a different perspective, who can offer things in a different way to people. And people want to exchange energy with them, meaning give them money in order to show their appreciation for what they're giving. I feel like there's no problem in that. I think I've heard people talking like their videos and be like, you know, some people think that just because you're spiritual, like you shouldn't want material things. But my thing is, like, for one, we're all spiritual beings. Whether you believe in this, that, and the third, we're all spiritual beings. But we're here on in the material world. So within the material world, we need material things. It's just like saying, oh, well, you're spiritual, like you shouldn't have to eat, you shouldn't have to drink water, that's only earthly stuff. Like, no, that you get what I'm saying? Like, that don't make no sense. Like, you're still in a physical form, but you're still a spiritual being. So like, you should still do things in the material world in order to preserve your physical self. Just like with receiving money, you should receive money in order to, you know, in order to be able to sustain yourself and enjoy things and get the things you want and need while on this earth. As well as you can use your money for other things. Use your money to buy things for others. Use your money to create different spaces for others to come into, to grow and to build and things like that. I think you should get paid. I don't feel like it's an issue with that. I don't know why anybody would, I guess I can see why people would feel like it's an issue. But in my opinion, like, that makes no sense. That's just like saying that, it's another way of looking at it is a person who has been blessed with being able to pick up on like a pastor or whatever. Right now, I know some people be like, well, don't talk about religion or don't talk about this and the third if you're not within that. But in my opinion, like, that's like saying like a pastor shouldn't get paid or shouldn't receive any type of support while being on this earth just because they are receiving messages from God. They shouldn't be able to get any type of material wealth from that. Like, I don't see why what's wrong with that, because they still have to live on this earth. They still have to sustain themselves. Like, that makes no sense to me. I just don't get it. I think it's just one way to be like, see, you ain't as spiritual as you thought because you want money, and money ain't spiritual. To me, money is just an energy exchange. Once I heard somebody say, like, let's just exchange energy, that's exactly what it is. You're literally just showing that, okay, I value this, a value system. I value what you're putting out there, and I want to show you that by giving you this, because you're giving me something too. I don't see no issue with that. Now, on the flip side, there's plenty of times where I give people spiritual advice, or I just give people my opinion, and I don't be like, well, in order for me to do that, I need a few dollars. I've looked at people's birth charts before, don't charge them. I talk to people about crystals all the freaking time, and I'm not like, well, I sell them here, go do this and that. I just like, they're like, where can I buy them? Like, oh, you can look at my site if you want to. Or I just talk to them about it. Or just in general, people just come to you and they want advice. You just talk to them. You just try to give it to them. Or if you feel like there's somebody that needs advice, you kind of try to get them to open up, and then you talk to them. I think that that's another way too, is that it doesn't always have to be linked to something monetary. But on the flip side, y'all, it is some scammers out here. It is people that will see you in a Facebook group, like a spirituality Facebook group, and then they'll see you comment, and they'll comment underneath you like, I can help you with that, or I see you have a curse on you, inbox me to get information. Or they'll be like, oh, one of your ancestors came to me in a dream and they have a message for you. send me through my Cash App to get it. You be like, okay, now y'all, this is too much. No, we not doing that. That's just people trying to take advantage of people. That's not what I'm talking about. But if you've been gifted with something, you've been gifted with it to help the masses and to help certain people that you come into contact with, but it's also here to serve you and to help you as well, because that's what's going to help to sustain you on this earth is your spiritual gifts. So I feel like it's okay to be able to partake in that. But y'all let me know what your opinion is on the subject. There's just so many different ways of it. Like I said, we're all spiritual beings. People come down here and it's not even about like crystals and Reiki and what else? Astrology and things like that. Some people are tapped in when it comes to finances. They're tapped in and they know more about how numbers work. They know more about the psychology behind money, the psychology behind taking a risk in investing in stock market and things like that. Like, they understand that. They see it. Like, spirit has blessed them with the ability to see that and to know that and to work on that and to act on that. And then they're able to teach that to other people. And you would say, well, that's not really spiritual. But yeah, all of this stuff all these gifts that we have, all these gifts and talents, the interests that we have, all of that comes from spirit. The knowledge that we have, all of that comes from spirit, and we're using it. It may not be in what we would consider to be traditional spirituality, but it still is a gift that comes from God. A person may be gifted in knowing how to do someone's hair. Every time they touch somebody's hair, their hair is growing and flourishing. They're gifted in that. They understand how to help people to build their confidence just by making sure their hair look good, make sure their hair is cared for, making sure a person feel comfortable when they come sit in their chair. That's a spiritual, to me, that's a gift that comes from spirit, that comes from God. You know, some people are gifted with being able to teach other people. That's a spiritual gift, in my opinion. You know, now what makes it like ultra spiritual is just the label that you put on it to be like, well, I know how to hold on, y'all. I can, look at your birth chart and do all this. Astrology has to do with math as well. Astrology has a lot to do with math and statistics, because when you're looking at astrology, a big part of learning astrology is looking at several different people charts. Is looking at people, studying people, realize, like, trying to figure out, okay, what's this person's sun sign, based off how they speak, what's their Mercury, based off how they look and the energy that I'm feeling from them, what is their rising sign. Like, that to me is a gift. That is definitely a gift, and it's not just what you would categorize as spiritual gifts. It's really you taking in all that data and looking and comparing different people who may have that same placement within their chart and seeing how it's played out differently for different people and just putting everything together, y'all. Like, it's more than just saying, oh, it's just spiritual. Like I said, there's math behind it, there's statistics involved, and there's psychology involved in it. It's all of this, I feel like everything is everything. The more we put labels on stuff, the more we create divisive energy between the left and the right. The left and the right brain, the people who are more artsy-fartsy and, intuitive and feminine and receiving of energy, versus the people who are more masculine, assertive, action-oriented people who are more givers of energy, people who are more about numbers and logic. The more that we say, oh, spiritual or religious or, traditional, like, that's when you create divisiveness. And at the end of the day, everything is everything, y'all. We all connected to God. We all getting different downloads from God in different ways. Some of us are doing it in a way that's more connected to the earth. We're more connected to the material world, and some of us are more connected to the spiritual world. But all in all, we're still connected. At the end of the day, we all connected, y'all. All this shit is what it is. It just is what it is, y'all. And everybody need to get their money. Everybody need to have an exchange. And sometimes the exchange of energy is not necessarily money. It's time. It's time. That person listening to you, that person being somebody that you can talk to and express your feelings and emotions with, and they give you back something in return. just by them listening to you, that gives you confirmation that what you're doing is doing something for other people. You know, I think for me, the reason why I've been okay with receiving money from selling crystals and from doing YouTube videos and whatever else I decide to do within the spiritual realm, the reason why I'm okay with receiving money from it is because I truly believe that people can heal themselves. I truly believe that people should have the knowledge and the tools, because crystals are a tool. At the end of the day, you ultimately have the power, but people should be open to learning about these tools and having the knowledge to heal themselves, to grow as an individual, and to just basically just live their life. Because in you healing yourself, you then heal others. That's like really my whole, like, I don't know, premise to all of this, is that I really believe it. So that's why for me, I'm okay with putting it out there, because I believe it, because it has worked for me and I want to share it with other people. But at the end of the day, I got bills, I got goals, I got kids, I got a husband, I got certain things that I need to sustain within this material world. And if you want to support that, go to my website and like, comment, and subscribe if you're feeling the energy. But you get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's okay. It is okay, because this is what I came here to do. This is part of my journey on earth, and that's okay to me. That's okay, and you should be okay with it too, as long as you know your intentions are coming from a good space and you actually care. Like, when people talk to me about stuff, I be thinking in my head, okay, what's their sign, what's this, what's that, what is the sign of the person they've been with, what do they like, what type of food should they be eating, like, should they try to do this? I be thinking about all type of stuff when people be telling me their life story, because people tell me their life story, y'all. And I be just, all this stuff be going on in my head, because I truly want people to feel empowered to change their life. Because I've been in situations in my life where I felt like I had no power, no control. I didn't have much hope, you know, and I wish that I had people to talk. This is why people do this type of stuff, because they've been through certain things, and it's just like, damn, I wish somebody would have told me this sooner, or I wish I would have had access to this sooner. But everything happens for a reason. We all have our own, you know, trials and tribulations in order to help the next person. We go through things in life, not just for ourselves, but ultimately for the collective. But that's that, y'all. I'm rambling. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Let me know what you think about this topic in the comment section. If you agree or disagree with it, or if you want to add some different points to it, let me know. You can also check out the website if you want. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll be doing more videos, and I just love talking to you all and getting your opinions about certain things. Yeah, it's so early in the morning. Okay, I love you all. Bye.